Good afternoon. Welcome to the Sedro Woolley Rotary Club, the best Rotary Club in the... We'll start the meeting with the invocation with Lynn Tucker.
All right, if we could bow our heads. Let us be grateful for the privilege of serving. Let us use our talents to make a difference. And let us be thankful for the food and conversation that enrich us. May our lives be stirred by the sweetness of Rotary. And may we be thankful for friendship and caring. And it's a wonderful day, and I hope you get to enjoy it later today. Amen.
Amen. All right, join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And please join me in the four-way test. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? And today's song is with Keith Sorsted.
It's been a while since we've done America the Beautiful, and Brock and I were talking here, and he said, let's do America the Beautiful, didn't we? All right, America the Beautiful. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies.
Oh, purple majesty
of the virgin way. And proud like good with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea.
All right, you may be seated, everyone. All right, do we have any visiting Rotarians today? I don't see any. All right, do we have any guests of Rotarians? Phil Brockman. I need a microphone taken to Phil so our people online can hear him.
I have with me today Brian Isaacson, long-term Sedro Woolley School District employee, now the interim superintendent for Sedro Woolley. Welcome, Brian.
Welcome, Brian. All right, any other visitors? All right, seeing none, let's move on to club business. We once again have a lot of it. Reminder, Paul Harris nominations are due. Please send your nominations for those to Mark Venn by April 20th is the deadline. After April 20th, the committee will be meeting and making the selections. And just as a reminder, those are awarded at the installation dinner, which will be July 1 here at the community center. The auction tickets, we've sold about 185 so far. 189 now. So,
hello.
Great job to our committee.
Hi, Ruth.
Oh, hello. Hi, Ellen. That was fun. Let's see. You should have received an email with the auction committee notes attached. If you didn't, there's some floating around on the tables. Please read those. I'm looking at folks who do not check your emails on a regular basis. You might have something that you need to do. So please grab a copy and read those. I don't see John Schmidt, but if anyone sees John Schmidt, grab a copy and take it to Rusty Zippers and make him read that. Okay. All right. Just a reminder, we have a work party at Mike Moser's daughter's house. This Saturday starts at 8 a.m. He sent an email out just before this meeting with instructions on what to bring. And breakfast, lunch, snacks, water, drinks will be provided. I can't wait to see all those. Bring a friend. I know I'm going to bring Shelby to help with, I'm sure, some heavy lifting. You know, teenagers, they can lift more than me. And let's have some fun. I think, Dan, how many volunteers do you have? Do you have about 15? I love young backs because mine is not young anymore. So perfect. Oh, John Matterand. Hey, that would be awesome. I ran into Bert at the WSU bookstore in the middle of WSU, and we were there on a campus day tour, and I hear my name being called, and I coincidentally was wearing my Rotary sweatshirt, and Bert's like, Ruth Richardson. It was like such a happy time. Anyway, epic day of service. I'm going to keep repeating this until we get to that time. It's the weekend after the Rotary auction, or the next weekend after, May 17th. It'll be at Helping Hands Food Bank. We'll be putting stuff out on social media. All of the clubs in Area I are taking part in it. Skagit Rotaract will be there. Please bring friends. Please bring potential new Rotary members. It's supposed to be a day of recruitment and a day of service. So if you're interested or know someone that's interested in Rotary, please have them go. And it's basically going to be an all-day day of service at Helping Hands Food Bank on May 17th. Jill, we'd love to have Rise there. That would be fantastic to get some young backs, because we're not so young. Okay, just another reminder, the Rotary board meeting, we changed it by 1 week this month, so it's actually on April 15th. So instead of the second Tuesday, it's on the third Tuesday. And a reminder again that next Thursday, April 10th, will be brown bagging lunch. So be sure and support your local restaurants by ordering ahead of time. Kristen Kelt will be next week's program discussing Skagit tourism. So I'm sure it'll be very interesting. She's got some great ideas happening. And a reminder that since it's spring break, next week we'll be having the Students of the Month and anniversaries. Those will both be on April 17th, so the following Thursday. And the students are both Rotary kiddos. So I'm excited. And yeah, that's all I have. Do we have any other announcements from the floor? Oh, that's fantastic. That's because I talk so much. Okay, well then we have a raffle, and Rick Limley is saving the day with the raffle. Thanks, Rick.
Number 2.
We need to work on our excitement level for raffle winners.
So guys or gals, the winner choose which group will pay $2 each. Guys, $2 each. And Josh, will you collect for us? Thank you. Number 34. Number 34.
Thank you, Chris. I like that. Thanks. You do what you can.
Good choice. Thank you, Rick. Number 44. 44. 44.
Oh, John Mattern.
John Mattern. Sergeant at Arms pays $2. You're going to have to keep a running tally for me because I have other fines I have to pay. So.
All right, let's go ahead and move in to our Sergeant at Arms and Happy Bucks with the one, the only Mayor Julia Johnson.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we will do 2 quick questions. So the first question is, if you were first off, how many Paul Harris Award winners do we have in here? Because as I recall last time when I looked, there were a lot of you. Oh, thank you so much. $5. How about those of you who are not? Can you raise your hand? That's me. We need to try a little harder, do a little better. $3. Okay. And that's that for that. So happy bucks. Anybody happy? Yes.
Might have a happy dollar left. One plug for Ruth for reading your emails because the material that Skagit Aggregates is going to deliver is not going to Mike Mosier's house. It's going to his daughter's house. So that address was in the bottom of Ruth's email. And then I'm excited. Tomorrow, my wife and I and kids are taking off for a 9-day trip through 5 national parks in Utah. So we're gonna have a fun time.
Anybody else happy?
So I have a happy couple bucks for Miriam Mickelson. I'm happy for her. She was just named as superintendent in the Eugene School District last night. That's a district of 16,000 students and 36 schools. So let's wish her the best. She deserves it.
Thank you. Mike?
Well, I got a happy 20. I guess it's a happy 20. It might be a sad 20. I'm not sure. But as many of you know, my wife stepped up and is now on the school board. And so we'll see exactly what that entails.
Congratulations to her. She'll do a great job.
Well, I'm happy Blake and Victoria are going house hunting in Chapel Hill. They're really excited to start their new life after they get married. And the wedding reception plans are going well. And no, I have not purchased more tulle, Mike. So I'm still at 50 yards, okay? I'll let you know when I get more. I'll let you know when I get more.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay. So 2 things. First off, I am finding myself because I do have to leave. I have a 1 o'clock online meeting that I have to be at. I wish I didn't have to, but I do. So I will be taking off here right before 1. And the second thing is, so Kristen Keltz was actually at the Sedro Woolley Council meeting last night. And what the information that she shared is phenomenal. I really hope that you're here to hear what she has to say, because that tourism group is going to put us on the map. And more than that, it's really going to generate a lot of income for our communities, all our communities within Skagit County. Really great information, really dynamic woman, and a really fantastic team. So I hope you're there for that. Okay, that's it.
Thanks, Julia.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
okay. Let's see. Yep. Just a reminder. I'll throw in a couple bucks for this too. I'll do a 20 to cover everything. A reminder that tomorrow night we are very excited about the Tulip Festival art exhibit that we're going to be doing. The images, the paintings are hung, and they're hung in the year that they were painted. We're very excited. We hope that you will come. It's a free event. There will be some appetizers and some drinks, and I think probably some of the best people in Sedro Woolley are going to be there. So I hope that you make it. Thank you. It's from 7 to 9 at the local shop, which is downtown.
You know, if there's enough Rotarians there, we could call it a meeting and have a makeup meeting. I'm just saying. So, all right. So it's my pleasure to introduce today's speaker from United General. Oh, David is going to do it. Oh, thank goodness, because I have nothing. David Bricka will be announcing today's program. Come on up. Yes.
Thank you, Ruth. Sandra Jensen and I, we are the April co-chairs for the program. And we've had a great time putting together really dynamic programs over the course of the month of April. And I'll be here next week, and then Sandra will be there after that. But we're very excited that we've got representatives from the RISE program, United General Hospital, District 304. Jill and Beth are here, and Beth is going to be actually doing the presentation, and she is a Northwest native with a passion for public health. She's been with United General District 304 since 2017 in a variety of roles serving Sedro Woolley and broader community. Her current title is Communications and Resource Development, where she highlights the good already happening locally and works to secure funding that helps Skagitonians thrive. So with that, Beth, please come on up, and the microphone is yours.
No. Wait. Now it went very far. All right. Well, I gave you the answer. So if you were looking ahead, you might know. Thank you so much for that lovely introduction. And thank you for having me here today. I'm really excited to talk to you. We're going to jump in right away with an activity. So looking at the screen here, there's a lot of different programs and their logos are represented. How many of you recognize at least one logo up there? That's good. How many recognize 3 to 4 logos? Okay. Who recognizes 5 or more logos up there? I know it's a counting exercise too. Hey, well, you might not know what all of these programs have in common, but all of these programs are coordinated by United General District 304. We are the local public hospital district. And again, my name is Beth. I've been with the organization, you're okay. We'll be together on it. I like that. I've been with the organization for, 8 years now, and I'm just so grateful for getting to work in Sedro Woolley and with many of you and the organizations and the causes that you participate in. And I'm hopeful that you will gain some new knowledge from this presentation today and really a better understanding of how these programs are making a difference in our community. So from the logos, you see we do a lot at United General District 304. We offer more than 50 programs promoting health and well-being at every stage of life. We are community owned, we're community focused, and we want the residents of the communities we serve to really know who we are, the positive work that goes on, and how anyone can get involved to improve their individual health and the health of our broader community. More about who we are. We have a legal name that is very long. Skagit County Public Hospital District number 304. We do business as United General District 304, and we maintain ownership of the hospital while Peace Health, thank you, Chris, for your leadership here, operates all of the medical and hospital services. We own the hospital campus, but we're more than just landlords. We're really partners to meet the broader health needs of the community. As you can see from the funding model on the side here, we do collect a small amount of tax dollars from residents in northern and eastern Skagit County. However, the majority of our funding comes from grant sources, local, state, and federal. Not everyone knows what a public hospital district is, although there are 56 in Washington, mostly in rural areas like our community, but they're owned and governed by local citizens, and they really can tailor their services and what they provide based on local needs. We've been around since 1965. We're celebrating a big anniversary this year. And in 2024, we celebrated another anniversary of 10 years of partnership and agreement with Peace Health, which has allowed us to go beyond medical care to really think about all the components of health and well-being. You know, when I tell people where I work, they're always like, oh, you work at the hospital. And they'll have a great story to share, like, my mom was born at that hospital. I was born at that hospital. How many of you, was anyone here born in the hospital? Well, at least a couple. I love to hear it. And, you know, sometimes our relationship and who we are as the public hospital district, the governmental entity, is confusing, but I love the way that people's eyes light up when we mention United General Hospital, and we are deeply connected and proud of that long history of service to the community. So I want to take you through a little bit about our programs, and we're going to start at the beginning. We're going to talk about early stages of life and the real difference that supporting early childhood and family health can give people to a great start for lifelong well-being. We are really proud to operate 3 women, infant, children clinics, including one here in Sedro Woolley, but also in Concrete and in Stanwood. Little known fact. WIC clinics provide nutrition education, health checks, breastfeeding assistance, and grocery money for pregnant people and their children under 5. It's a really, really important service, and we serve almost 1,000 clients through our Sedro Woolley Concrete and Stanwood Clinic. The Help Me Grow newborn outreach nurse that we employ visits newborns and their families, not just at United General Hospital, and they provide helpful resources and referrals to community resources. Having someone there to welcome you and your child and let you know about all the different supports that are available is a great way to start off a family. We also host weekly Play and Grow community groups for caregivers and their babies. It's available in English and Spanish, and it's a way for parents and their adorable kids to spend time playing, talking, and really building those bonds that keep our community strong. We also work with decision makers to inform policies and advocate for legislation that supports children and their parents. The Children's Council of Skagit County has been the starting point for many of our programs and the development of the Help Me Grow Skagit network, which is actually based on a national model of excellence. And because many of you might know that we're under construction for our main district office where Jill and I have our computers located, so we're itinerant for the moment, but we have the Heartwood House here, and that's where the plane grows. This is where the picture was taken, and oh my goodness, I wish I was there to see this overload of cuteness more often. So moving into school-age youth, that we want our young people to have a variety of opportunities to gain skills, build relationships, and really support their healthy development. From gardening and cooking classes for kindergartners, actually even we have in TK classes up in concrete, all the way to awarding varsity letters in volunteerism to seniors in high school, which go Sedro Woolley, often a very, very impactful club in varsity and volunteerism. We partner with schools, organizations like Boys and Girls Club to really get young people connected and prepared to make a difference. I think that really aligns well with the work that you all do here, because we want them to be able to make a difference in their own life and in the lives of their fellow students. A lot of our programs, including RISE and the youth coalitions, are really, really fun. We're having a good time, and people might not always know or understand the deep science and reasoning behind the activities that we do, because we know that we can prevent things like youth substance use disorders and suicide when we offer positive experiences and connections to caring adults. Have any of you heard of the Sources of Strength Club at Cascade Middle School? I know Ruth has. Sources of Strength is an amazing program that teaches youth about 8 different domains of strength that they and their peers have. And when they focus on those and acknowledge them, it helps prevent suicide. It's an evidence-based program that has been shown in communities that when they focus on those, we have less children die from suicide, which is one of the most preventable kinds of death. We also recently launched Rooted, Grieving and Growing Together, to serve as a replacement for The Landing, which I'm sure many of you are familiar with, to serve youth and families after a death. Bless you. We know that healing can happen when youth support each other and that they can move through this time in their life to a purposeful future, and that communities of grief are one of the most supportive things that we can have. Moving on to adulthood, our needs for support don't stop when we turn 18. I'm sure many of us can attest to that. Adulthood really encompasses a range of times, where as a public hospital district, we can provide key education, activities, and services that help prevent issues from happening or decrease their impacts on people's lives. I've grouped the next 4 slides into some themes, talking about quality of life, safety and life-saving measures, and active and strong, and community mobilization. So for parents, professionals, residents with limited incomes, and older adults, we offer a lot of ways for people to live their best possible life. Our family and parenting programs build trust, communication skills to decrease the very normal, very real stress and concerns of raising a child. Right now, we have a program happening at the Hartwood House for parents of preschoolers where they meet weekly and talk about positive parenting and how to handle the misbehaviors that come up as children are learning and testing their boundaries. And then we're going to be starting an online version of the Strengthening Families program for parents and youth 10 to 14 in just a couple weeks on April 15th, because we're hoping to meet people where they are. Sometimes it's hard to leave the house, and having an online program once in a while is pretty nice. We offer regular classes, workshops, and presentations for professionals that help enhance their skills and learn up-to-date information that allows them to provide quality services. So what we do, we train other adults who then take that information out into their community, really broadening our impact. A number of our staff do speak English and Spanish, and we help people access benefits like basic food, which is SNAP, if you've heard of that, or it used to be called food stamps offered by the state. And then we have our own fruit and veggie prescription program we created in partnership with Peace Health to help people access produce regularly, which we know can help prevent or decrease harms associated with chronic disease. Lastly, on this, not many people know that we're 50% owners alongside Skagit Regional Health of Hospice of the Northwest. And it's an incredible resource. Like, I go to the hospice galas and I hear the stories and I see the really incredible impact that having these local independent services provides to our community, because we can help people maintain dignity and quality of life even when they're facing a life-limiting illness. We also provide for adults life-saving measures. We want people to be prepared and act when or if a crisis or emergency situation arises. We do have American Red Cross certified trainers who teach people how to provide help in a cardiac or other physical health emergency. And in that same way, we can teach people to do chest compressions. We can also teach people how to support someone when they're experiencing a mental health or behavioral health challenge. I myself have been teaching classes related to suicide prevention since I started at United General District 304. And while it can be a really challenging topic to discuss, I find that people leave with a sense of hope and purpose and connection to, yes, this is preventable. And when we address things early on, we can help people stay as healthy as possible. We also help prevent poisonings and then intentional misuse of medications through safe storage and prompt disposal of medicine. One of our locking medication storage bags is pictured on here, and we've given out over 1,000 locking containers over the past few years because we really want to create a norm in Skagit County that we lock up medicines when they're in our house. We get rid of them right away. And when especially opioids are around, we're having real conversations, especially with youth, about our expectations around safety and non-misuse of medicines. We I've also partnered with the Sedro Woolley Police Department before we had RISE, and then now RISE partners actively with them to help promote that safe disposal of medicine. I believe that the police department is a long-term place where you can dispose, so that's great. Okay, on to something pretty fun. We know that staying active is a big part of health. How many of you have heard of Trek for Treasure? Oh my goodness, I know. It's one of our most popular programs. We have over 1,000 people participate each year. Registration just launched on April 1st for this year's Trek for Treasure, so get your teams ready. We have our on-site fitness center and our very, very popular yoga classes, but really we want to help people of all ages experience the health benefits of time and exercise outdoors and indoors. We also have Skagit Trail Builders now as a program of United General District 304. I have been a volunteer with them. I'll talk a little bit more about them in their community mobilization slide, but we're really, really grateful for especially Mayor Johnson's, who left already, but support to help bring recreation and make it a big part of Sedro Woolley, because I think there's a lot of potential there. This is one of the Trek for Treasure teams. I love people take a picture at the end of each challenge, as many of you probably know, and they're always like a little tired, a little sweaty, but those smiles though, they were having a good time, and we get amazing feedback about that program. We're really proud to offer it. All right, community mobilization. I think we know we can do more when we do it together and when we get everyone involved. Right now, Skagit Trail Builders has been working on trails at Northern State Recreation Area. Have any of you gone across the new Song Sparrow Bridge? Oh, you'll have to go out and see it. It's pretty amazing. I helped build several miles of the trails that connect on either side of that. And it's just a really, really magical place to be. We're so lucky to have it in our community. And volunteering happens twice a month. If anyone's involved, wants to get involved, I'd love to see you there because we have a good time. We also have our local community coalitions, including RISE. Thank you, Jill, for your leadership, and the youth coalitions that are supported by the parent adult coalitions. And we also host AmeriCorps members, and we have interns every single year. Last year, they provided over 4,000 hours of service towards these programs, and we're really grateful for their commitment and being willing to push themselves and commit to this time of real service to the community. Okay, shared a lot about all the different programs we have. Hopefully it helped you understand the programs themselves a little bit more and really see that we're helping people before they're born through our WIC clinic and as people are facing life-limiting illnesses through Hospice of the Northwest. As a hospital district, we go beyond medical care because research tells us that health starts and is maintained in all the places that people live, work, learn, and play. We look at the big picture of health, and we recognize the factors that are interconnected and contribute to someone's well-being and their ability to participate fully in life and reach their potential. Perhaps what I've shared today overlaps with your work or your hopes for our community. There are ways that anyone can contribute and share in our work. I hope you'll join us in building healthier communities at United General District 304. I would love to answer any questions if that's possible. Anyone have questions? Chris has a question. Thanks, Chris. I didn't plant or pay for him for this.
Thanks, Beth. I'm as many times as I've heard about the district and everything that you do, I'm always amazed at, there's always one more thing that I find out about it. I have a question, then I got a comment. Can you, though, talk a little bit about the project that's, you kind of mentioned a little bit that's happening and what that's going to be able to provide?
On the campus?
Yes.
Oh, yes, absolutely. So we are in the process of remodeling our main district office where our WIC clinic is and where our offices are, and we're adding on a learning center. So another place available in our community to host trainings, classes. We're going to be able to have a test kitchen, so a place to demonstrate recipes. It's going to be so amazing when it's done. If any of you have been through a construction project, we're in the middle panes of it right now, but we've got this vision of what it's going to be. And then I'm no promises on the date, but we're hoping in September-ish time to have a big welcome to the community to show people the Learning Center, and we'd love to see you there.
Great. And then the other thing that I wanted to say, I wanted to recognize Chuck Rule.
Yes.
So Chuck is in the room. He is a former public health district commissioner. Chuck, how long were you on that board? 18 years. And because of Chuck's vision, when he was on the board and the other board members at the time, all the work that you see happening right now, it was that vision that made that happen today. So just want to recognize Chuck for the work that he did and the other board members and say thank you very much.
Thank you, Chuck. And thank you, Chris. Any other questions?
Thank you, Chris. I guess I owe you one. Anyway, Beth, in your slide presentation today, you mentioned that 55% of your budget is donations and grants and things. Have you been able to determine what impact cuts from the feds are going to do to our programs? And I guess I want to commend you and your team for all the work you've done and pass it on, please.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, it's an evolving situation. I'm we're learning, as most people are learning each day, about what the changes at the federal level will bring to our programs and services. But I think we're trying our best to not react. We're trying our best to have a response, because no matter what happens at the federal level or even the state level, our community in Skagit is incredibly strong, is incredibly resourceful. And no matter what happens there, I'm confident that we're going to find ways to meet local needs and support each other. So yes, I get concerned. There's concern there. And then there's also hope that we don't know what changes will bring. We can assume sometimes, but if COVID taught me anything, is that we are more resilient than we think we are. We can find absolutely new ways of achieving the same goals. And there's just there's a lot to be hopeful for. So I try to keep that at the forefront. And as we find out more, yes, we might need to make some different asks to our community to figure out what resources are available. Yeah.
Hospital campus as our next door neighbors. It's really great having you there, and we're looking forward to all the updates at your offices and with the new cancer care construction that's going on. It's really turning out to be a great addition to town. So thank you, and thanks, Chuck, for all the work you did. And Hospital District 304 is a strong organization. Lots of work by a lot of people has gone on over the years. So really great programs. Keep up the great work.
Thank you. Pardon our dust and noise. Other questions? All right, hearing none. Thank you again for your time and attention today. I really appreciate it. And if you ever have other questions or ideas for us, I would love to hear them, and I will make sure that you have my contact information, okay?
Before you leave, so we've been meaning to do this for a while, and I don't have the fund check, but we have $1,000 as a club that we wanted to give the Skagit Trail Builders
amazing.
because we really support what they've been doing out at Northern State. So we wanted to present that today while you're here.
So amazing. Thank you so much. I didn't even mention that right now a project we're working on combines several of our focus areas. We're installing a wind phone, which is a phone that's not connected to any physical means, but it's a grief resource where people can go and pick up the phone and talk to someone who's died or who's gone from their life and feel connected to them. It's going to be on the Hill Creek Trail, and it's inside of a hollow tree. It is the coolest thing. So keep your eyes out for that too. Thank you, Ruth. All right, leave that there.
We've had that check written for months, and of course I didn't even think about it. So Steve just had to write a duplicate check really fast so we could make that happen. So thank you, Steve, for taking care of that for me. Love our treasurer. Okay, unless there's any other business from the floor, Bill McCann. Okay.
And with a friend, and anyway, she's the program that they meet at the old farmhouse, wherever they call that place now.
Sean O'Connell's, yeah. Okay, for anyone online, so Whitney is going to be the program at the LeConner Club on Monday night at 6:00 is it Shane O'Donnell's? Sean O'Donnell's over in LeConner. So that's great. Love to hear her. She's a great speaker. Okay, anything else before we adjourn? All right, thanks for coming, everyone. Help clean up the tables and chairs.